Well, Johnny, 3-0 and 3 points in the bag. Is that one a bit more satisfying considering how well we played against Crewe last time?
Yeah, I think you're right there, Chris. We spoke about that before the game, that we felt like we left 2 points up there, albeit a tough opposition, but we played really well that night, and perhaps we should have come away with all three. I think that's how we all felt. So it was important tonight to double down on that and get the win. And if 4 points against a Crewe team is a good return. So we've done that. The two that we left behind, we've got back tonight.
And the double boost with that first goal there, obviously not just the penalty but the sending off. Ironically, the player who scored against us in that game before as well.
Yeah, I didn't realise that. For me, it's a penalty. We've had a few of those situations this season that we haven't got. So I'm glad that we got it tonight. And then I suppose sort of by the letter of the law, really, if I think the lad's not really been deemed to be trying to make an attempt for the ball, he's sort of dragged Omar down. Then it is a red card, but obviously that changes the complexion of the game. Good play from us to create that situation. So deserved lead. Obviously the 10 men, then that makes it a much more difficult task for them, and now it's about us trying to take the game away from them, which we went and done.
Do you feel like Crewe approached the game differently to how they did the other week?
Yeah, a little, I think. And it was a close game for 20-25 minutes really, up till the penalty. It's different away from home. They came and they tried to deny us space, be really compact, force us to go sort of round rather than through them, and it was tight. There wasn't a lot in the game up until that moment of quality that gets us the penalty, and then obviously the 10 then changes it, and it's more space. I think the game would have opened up anyway, but more space for us to exploit, which we've done really well. And getting the second, I think, shortly after or before half time anyway, that makes it really difficult for them. So I was glad the way that we pushed on after the first goal and didn't just sit in. We sort of went for the throat a little bit in that period. Got the second goal, going in 2 up and against 10. That makes it really difficult for them. And then it becomes about your mentality. Second half, how do you come out, how do you approach it? You go and get that third, and it's game over, and we've done that pretty soon. So the professionalism in the second half, the discipline to stick to the plan was really good.
I suppose that professionalism's typified by Matty Stevens. Obviously didn't start the last game, comes back in, 2 goals to add to his tally, which keeps going up and up and up.
Yeah, well, 2 ways to look at it. He'll go, why didn't you start me on Saturday? I could have done that. Or was he a bit fresher? Was he a little bit sharper tonight? These are the things that I have to live and die by, really. But listen, he was sharp. That's why I felt he would have benefited from a bit of a rest at the weekend, and he looked razor sharp tonight, and he took his goals great. Obviously, penalty spot. He's a calm head, and his second one was a really cool finish, and he gets another 2 goals. So we're pleased for him, because he wants to play every game. He wasn't, he's not delighted that he didn't start Saturday, but I think he understands where we're at now as a group and as a squad and the players that we've got, and there's a long way to go, and I'm going to need them all. So he's obviously a massively important cog in what we're doing. So great for him to get them goals tonight.
Do you feel it's good with Aaron Sassu coming back? Obviously, he played more as a central striker against Accrington, but today he's come on in a wide area. Do you feel like it's good to integrate him back by playing those different roles rather than just coming in one position?
Yeah, I just think he's got the attributes to hurt teams from different areas. I think, honestly, eventually, I think he'll end up being a number 9, a centre forward, because he's got everything that you need to play there. Got so much faith in this boy. I see him every day in training, and sometimes it's frightening what he does, and we want that to start translating on the pitch. I think you saw spells of it tonight where he come on, and I thought the game would suit him with the state of it. Obviously, it's an opportunity to get a rest into Josh, because he's played a lot of football as well, and with the state of the game, I thought that was a perfect time to bring him off, and knowing that you're going to bring young Sass on, and he's going to have an impact on it. And every time he got an opportunity to run at his man, he was positive. That's what he does. He gets at people, creates, got to the byline, so he can do that role for us. He can play. We played him sort of as as a number 10 in certain games, and I think he can play as the 9. So it's good for him to have that versatility, because we're going to need him to fulfil different roles.
Would you ever sort of have a word with Omar and Pigs and say, can you, if you like, pass on advice to Osman and Sass?
They don't need me to do that. They're great. I always say this: a great group that want to help. When young lads come in, they make them feel welcome, but they want to help them. They want to help improve them, and it's a real sort of togetherness in there. Sort of led by the skipper, really. He leads by example on and off the pitch, and with the young lads. He makes them aware of what's required, but also he's really supportive of them. So is Omar, so is Pigs, all them senior guys. John Joe O'Toole, Sam Hutchinson. It's important to have that experience in a dressing room for what they bring on the pitch, but also for what they bring behind the scenes and in training every day, so the young lads can see what it takes to reach those levels.
And one final word on Osman. Obviously only on for a few minutes, but you could see he had the fire in his belly the way he was chasing down the Crewe defender I think for his first touch.
Yeah, you can just see his enthusiasm for the game, can't you? And it was great. It was great to be able to get him on tonight, for him to have that opportunity to get his debut here in front of our own fans. And I thought with the way the game was, he might get a little sniff, he might get a chance, because he's enthusiastic, chases everything down, sort of made the chance himself and had the confidence to take it on his left foot, and obviously keeper's made a decent save, but obviously that's his first taste, but hopefully there's loads more to come for young Aussie.
And then just finally, I'm sure you're relishing the 12:30 kickoff on Saturday. We've got fans coming from 24 countries for our sort of international Wombles weekend.
Right.
That must be something really cool to know that you've got fans from around the world.
Yeah, class one. Yeah, I know that we have, but for them to be coming is brilliant. Listen, we're in a great form. We're in a really good place. So at the minute, we're looking forward to every game. That's what it's like when you're in the sort of form that we are and we're playing. It's a tough game. Salford, they're a good team, obviously in and around it themselves, and this is going to look different to tonight. We have to be ready. But where we are, we can't wait for Saturday now, because the boys are confident, they're playing well, and they just want to try and keep adding to this total. So enjoy tonight. They need to dust themselves down. They need to rest up tomorrow. We'll be back at it Thursday, preparing. So be here before you know it, won't it? Especially with that early kickoff. But yeah, it'd be great to be back here. Hopefully, big crowd and good to see all the guys from around the world.
Bring it on. Thanks, Johnny.
Cheers, Chris.
Awesome.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers.